Hello and welcome back everyone to Pushblock Gaming. My name is Jay and today we're going to be looking at Multiversus, the new platform fighter by Warner Brothers that is going to come out this July and why you should give it a shot. As with any platform fighter, the roster is extremely important and Warner Brothers has done a really good job here. We have superheroes, we have old cartoons, we have new school cartoons, we even have characters from adult IPs such as Arya Stark. So there is a lot of representation and a lot of potential for this roster. The base is really good. We've got iconic characters, like Shaggy, Superman, Batman, etc. But some new school characters like Jake and Finn. And so there's a lot of potential, not only from these kind of universes, but even further as Warner Brothers spans a whole lot of IP with characters like Rick and Morty rumored to be added next as well. The only thing that might be more important than the roster here is the actual gameplay itself, and here I want to say Multiversus has done a great job. It provides a really unique, floaty, air-based, but really fast experience with an emphasis on doubles as well, which you haven't really seen in other platform fighters. There are normal moves and special moves that can change depending on if you're grounded or in the air, but there's no smashes, so a character only really has about 8 options when they're grounded and another 8 options when they're in the air at all times. Speaking of when they're in the air, this is when the game gets pretty unique. It features a 2-2-2 system, so you have 2 jumps, just like in Super Smash Bros. Or most other platform fighters. But then you also have 2 air dodges, which really work almost more like air dashes. There's not as much invulnerability as in Smash Bros., but there's a lot more movement potential with them. You can really move around a lot for wave landings, wave dashes, but even just like jumping and air dashing towards your enemy or to read their drift, something like that, it offers a lot of follow-ups. And then you also are given 2 specials. So whether that's your neutral, down, side, or up special, you get 2 of each in the air. So nothing will send you into free fall, ever. But once you are out of your resources, once you've used all your jumps, your air dodges, and your specials, you're kind of stranded. There are a few other ways that this title also differentiates itself from other Smash Bros. Titles. There are no ledges, no shields, no grabs, aside from some command grabs from characters like Superman. But I think the really cool thing actually that a platform fighter hasn't done yet is cooldowns. So on special moves, there are cooldowns. So this is the same thing you see in like MOBAs and things like that, where once you use it, you have to wait a specific amount of time to use it again. And so this can change from fighter to fighter and from move to move, but it's something that allows them to add in really unique special moves that are really fun and really powerful, but make them really rewarding, but also really punishing if you miss them. For example, Bugs Bunny has a giant rocket he can use that helps him a ton with either recovering or just covering a lot of the stage with a giant projectile. But if he misuses it, that goes down for a solid 20 seconds before you can use it again. So there's no spamming of some of these projectiles. It helps combat that, but it also allows for them to add in some really cool, unique abilities and be able to compensate their power with limiting their usage, which is a really awesome feeling for some of these moves. Overall, a lot of these design choices and mechanics have led to a really unique feeling platform fighter that is both quick, but not quick feeling like Melee. It feels like its own experience, in my opinion. And another system that they have that is really cool that adds on to this is the perks system. So there are 2 types of perks. There are like major perks and minor perks that you can add to your character. And major perks literally like change how one of your abilities works. So like Wonder Woman can have her whip go from a grab to an actual projectile that has like a tipper on the end. I know Tom and Jerry can have their dynamite split into 3 stacks instead of 1. So there are all kinds of kind of major gameplay changes that allow for a stylistic choice by the player and for different setups and things like that. Different team synergies, different matchup things. And then also there are minor perks, things that maybe give you a little bit more dodge and vulnerability versus projectiles or more knockback on horizontal moves, things like this. And those are really cool as well. And I think this is going to allow for there to be a really deep meta with a lot of unique and personal playstyles, because both you'll be able to counterpick your enemies with these perks and sort of help combat why you might be struggling, why you might be losing, but also you'll be able to find your own unique playstyle. Certain Tom and Jerry mains might prefer one main perk while others prefer a different one, and so it can completely change your playstyle and what you want to play around and gives you a little more freedom to be different than the other players of your character. And I think that's a really fun thing that over time you'll have to see how it develops in the meta, but could be a really good thing. And outside of gameplay, Multiversus is also doing just about everything right from their dev team. It is a free-to-play game that will be supported by a battle pass, and the devs have talked in depth about how much they want the battle pass to be a good value and to provide different options, people who can sort of get how much they want out of it, put as much as they want into it. And so with that, right, with a battle pass, there's a lot of customization options, things that we've always wanted in Smash Bros. That we never quite could get. New skins, new taunts, and other ways to show off what you like and what you care about. There are badges and backgrounds and different announcers for the game. Even all of these things help customize your experience and make the game your own and make it something you enjoy and sort of show off the characters you enjoy, show off the styles you enjoy. And that's something that will keep going forever. You know, in Smash we have 8 costumes or whatever it is, and then you're stuck. In this game there'll always be some unique, cool costumes coming out and more characters released periodically in this way as well, with seasons and all these more modern game designs, to be honest. And as we're talking about actual game design, this game has rollback netcode, which I will link a video if you don't know what that is, but essentially the online is going to be pristine. In the closed alpha it was pristine, it was amazing, better than anything you will ever get in Smash. So it definitely is worth playing as well, and they're going to have real ranked systems. So they're going to be 1v1 and 2v2 rankings, their overall ranked leaderboards, and also show your character rankings. They have ranked modes with best of 3s, and there'll be official tournament supported stage lists and all of these kind of things. So there's really a lot going for it in terms of modern game design and it being created for the competitive scene. You know, it is a game that is very accessible to casuals, but it is created for the competitive scene as well. And the devs are actively trying to support that scene. And that's something as Smashers that we don't necessarily get a lot, so we should probably appreciate. And with that, the dev team is also extremely open with the community. The lead director is on Twitter talking to people, taking feedback, literally play testing people's ideas just from random tweets. And that can be a blessing and a curse, don't get me wrong. It's a little bit of a dangerous thing, but it's also really awesome because we have that community interaction, that feedback from the devs, and they really care about what we think and the direction the game should go, and that's something that is worth supporting as well. They also added in a ton of stuff for accessibility and customization, whether that's with your controller, with the overlay of your screen, all kinds of stuff. They're really doing some pretty awesome things in that direction as well. And so now, just to step back a second, we talked about how the devs are supporting the esports scene or the competitive scene. They are already throwing, before the game is even fully released, a $100,000 doubles tournament at EVO this year in 2022. That is something that is also worth noting. If you enjoy competitive Smash Bros., if you enjoy competitive platform fighters, having something with that big of a backing can be a game changer. And I definitely think for our community and for the people within it, having that kind of backing is really important and a really big deal. And that's another reason to support these devs. You know, we would love support from Nintendo, but that's not exactly happening. So going where you can find it, as long as there's quality gameplay and good systems behind that, is something you definitely should take a look at. So that about wraps it up on my thoughts on Multiversus, whether it was the iconic but expanding roster, the really unique style of gameplay that's really floaty and creative, but still manages to be pretty fast as well, with an emphasis on doubles like we haven't seen before. There's also unique systems like the perks and all kinds of things in this, alongside a more modern kind of style for when it comes to content, whether that's the battle pass, skins, badges. All of these kind of things sort of allow you to have a little bit more customization, and it's really exciting to look forward to in a platform fighter. And this is kind of all tied together with the dev team that seems to really want to invest in the community, you know, interact with the people who care about their game, take in their feedback, and use that to make the game better, and they want to support their esports scene. So all these are great reasons to support the game, and at the very least, give it a try in the upcoming open beta here in July. If you're excited for that, make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button, and give us any comments. Let me know what else you want to see from Multiversus, because I am Jate, and I will be covering Multiversus a lot more here on Pushblock, so make sure to stay tuned. Thanks, guys.